So there's this company by the name of ForwardX that reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try out this autonomous suitcase that sounded kind of strange at first, but then they sent me over their Indiegogo page and I got to check out the little promo video and I thought, whoa, that is really, really cool. So they told me they were gonna be out here in LA and I'm like 30 minutes away. And they asked me if I wanted to try out their prototype, be like one of the very first people to check it out. So I was like, yeah, I definitely wanna check it out because there's a ton of tech behind it that really interested me. So I headed out to LA and I got to spend almost a whole entire day with this suitcase that's called Ovis. So the way this works is you wear the smart band around your wrist that is automatically paired with the suitcase so it knows that you're the owner. And then from there, that's basically it. You literally walk and this suitcase will follow you. This suitcase will do a side follow. So what it does is it has a bunch of different cameras and it uses computer vision to see its surroundings and analyze its environment. And if there's anything like an obstacle, a person, a trash can or anything, it will do its best to avoid it. Now, it didn't work every single time, but understand this is a prototype. But when I did try it out and it did work, it was pretty awesome to see that when you're walking, there's a person there, it will automatically follow you and move to the side behind you, avoiding that person. And then once it clears that person, it will come back to your side. Really cool stuff, almost like a dog, and it's kind of weird. What's interesting to see too is that this will work in any type of terrain. So we took it outside and no matter if it was in concrete, it didn't matter if it was tile, it worked pretty consistent pretty much throughout every terrain. Now, this luggage or the suitcase is very smart. It has other features. Obviously, that is like the biggest novelty. And one of the things is when we were testing it out outside, people were asking, what is this? How much does this cost? You know, you pretty much get stopped by almost everybody wanting to know what this cool R2-D2 thing following you is. But there's other smart things with it, which I personally like almost more than the actual fact that it can follow you. Obviously, for one, is being able to track it, so it has built-in GPS. These are things that already people buy to make sure and track where their luggage is at. So that's already built in and you use that within the app. The other thing that you can do is also weigh how much stuff is in the luggage. So it has a digital scale. So when you start packing stuff, you can see if you're overweight. And this is important because a lot of times when you're traveling, this could be an issue. Another thing that I like about this is the fact that you can charge any device. You can charge phones, you can charge your tablet. It has 2 USB chargers on top. And then also the battery from the actual unit itself is removable. And that's actually what makes it TSA approved. This also unlocks digitally, but if for whatever reason the battery dies, because I know a lot of people are gonna ask, what happens when the battery dies? There's also a mechanical lock that is TSA compliant too, so that's not gonna be an issue. Now, if the battery dies, because that is a possibility and it could happen, the wheels will continue to roll just like a regular suitcase. And that's the thing, even if you don't wanna use it as a suitcase that has all of these autonomous features, all you need to do is just grab the handle and use it like a regular suitcase. The minute you grab the handle, it will actually disengage all of the motors and you can just use it like a regular suitcase. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And I think that especially for people that have disabilities or even just somebody who's, you know, carrying a lot of stuff, it can be very useful. Again, for me, I like more of the technology of the suitcase itself, all of the additional features. The autonomous thing is cool, don't get me wrong, I like that a lot, but personally, all of the other tech inside is what actually got me more excited about the suitcase. For example, one of my favorite features is it has a distance alert. So for example, when your luggage reaches a certain distance from you, your smart band will start to vibrate. So you'll know, uh-oh, where's my luggage? So I thought that was pretty neat, something that you don't get with other standard, I guess we can call them dumb luggages now, but that's something that's really cool. So obviously the big selling point of the suitcase is the fact that it offers so many features compared to, let's call it a dumb suitcase, at a price point that's very similar, comparable to like a higher end, suitcase. So that's the whole idea. You have a suitcase that follows you, it's smart, you can charge your phone, it has GPS location tracking, it can also weigh how much, your objects or the stuff is inside. So it has a lot of cool features. Obviously you can control it with your apps or it's app enabled. So you have all these features, firmware updates. That's like the big selling point, is that there's no other, truly other suitcase that can do this at a very comparable, similar price point. Obviously you're paying for the technology, of course, it's going to cost a little bit more money, but if you factor in everything that they've done, That's like the thing. So if you guys are interested in their Indiegogo, I will leave a link down below because they have a lot more information there. They have specs, they have things that I probably didn't talk about. They even have a cool Q&A where people ask questions and they've answered them. So I'll leave that link if you guys are interested in looking at that. Make sure to follow me on Instagram stories if you guys want to see behind the scenes. The best way to do that is follow me at MondoBytes, also on Twitter. I'm pretty active there too. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.